Oh, the fog is getting thicker. No group has claimed credit for the horrific attack on the Istanbul airport earlier this week. But intelligence reports say a Chechen terrorist planned the attack in coordination with the Islamic State. Turkish police have linked the suicide bombers to Russia, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan. And for the latest, we turn to the one and only Mike Baker, former CIA covert operations officer and president of Diligence, LLC, for all your security needs.
That's true. Thank you for that plug, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this a surprise that these attackers seem to have come from former Soviet states?
Well, I mean, the odds are that it was a likelihood. I mean, if you just play the statistics, because
I think people would be surprised by that.
Yeah, the former Soviet Union is probably the third largest supplier of foreign fighters to the Islamic State, and that's been the case really ever since the Islamic State came to. So you've got Tunisia, I think, at the top of the hit parade, sending foreign fighters. The Saudis. Yeah. Our friends, the Saudis.
Good friends.
Yes,
really great.
You know, they're playing both sides. Sometimes they are good friends. Yeah. And then the former Soviet Union. Exactly. But the former Soviet Union, in this case, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Chechnya. So it's not a surprise if you just think about the statistics. There is intelligence that indicates that one of the key members of the Islamic State, who's a Chechen who took over some responsibilities after we whacked another Chechen in the Islamic State back about a year ago, this fellow, Ahmed Shatayev, has taken over some of the responsibilities of planning and operating and kind of managing the Chechen and Russian-speaking rebels or foreign fighters that are with Islamic State.
And how is he involved in the Turkish bombing?
Well, part of this is speculation because they're not releasing the intelligence that leads them to believe this. Yeah. But he has a long history at this point, as long as you can have with Islamic State. It hasn't been around that long, but he's been with them almost since their inception. Long-time foreign fighter. He was in the Chechen conflicts, imprisoned by the Russians. Oddly enough, given refugee status by the Austrians at one point.
And why did the Russians let him go?
Well, at a certain point, they were looking to cool down the conflict with Chechnya. Yeah. And so they didn't empty their prisons, but they did something to that sort. So he's been with the Islamic State for quite some time. And again, with the responsibility for the Chechen and Russian-speaking fighters. DNA picked off of the bombers, literally off the ground. Yeah.
They've had a hard time reconstructing the soft tissue because there's so much damage from the deadly
It's unbelievable. When you get a bomb blast site like this, where you're looking for basically three key things more, but you know, if we keep it simple, we're looking for explosive material, what kind of explosive material you use, what kind of components made up the bombs, and DNA. Yeah. And you're looking for those things, trying to quickly identify who the perpetrators are. In this case, so it looks like these individuals came in, you've got the three bombers. They don't know whether Shatayev, who they believe, or they're saying they believe was a mastermind. They don't know if he was actually one of the bombers. I would be surprised if that's the case.
Does Russia collect DNA from their prisoners?
Yes. Is the answer to that.
So they would have, so they would have the DNA on hand. Right. Okay, unfortunately, we're running out of time because I really want to get into this, and I want to figure out, why is Turkey a target? The Islamic State is fighting Russia. Russia obviously hates Islamic extremists because of their past conflict and ongoing conflict with...
Absolutely. But look, the Islamic State, this is a very complex... We could take the rest of your show, and I'm sure you don't want to do that to talk about this, but in very short order, Erdogan, the head of Turkey, has been playing a very dangerous game, much like the Saudis have over the years. Now his supporters will deny the fact that Turkey's been placating the Islamic State ever since it started rising in Syria.
How else could you make any other claim based on how many people have gone in and out of Turkey?
But you got 500 miles of border with Syria and Iraq. Now, Erdogan hates Assad. Again, this is a 30,000-foot view, and I don't want to get in the weeds. He hates Assad. He viewed the rise of the Islamic State as an effort to try to get Assad out of power. Yeah. And so, in a sense, whether he was placating them, supporting them, or just turning and looking the other way while they grew, this is a self-inflicted wound on his part, and now it's coming back to bite him in the backside.
Absolutely, and his back door, because they are next-door neighbors. Right. He is fighting Assad, and he's essentially fighting or aiding ISIS by fighting Assad and helping the Kurds.
Absolutely, and he's got a multi-front war going on right now. Yeah. Not only just Islamic State, but he's also got this renewed campaign with the Kurd separatists. Yeah. Erdogan's in trouble. He's in serious trouble, which we have to be concerned about, because nothing happens in a bubble, and we have to be concerned what happens in Turkey at this point.
Yeah, we do, and I've always said they are not our friends, but you are my friend. Thank you for coming by, Mike Baker.
Thank you.